Hello and welcome along to the Project Cars 2 Virtual Racing League, where today we are continuing at round 2, the Red Bull National Circuit of our Ginetta Championship that we are running on the Xbox platform. It's fantastic to be back after round 1 at Brands Indy. We had some fantastic racing there, and of course it's a MultiClass Championship too, so there's lots of prizes up for grabs. We have the Ginetta GT5 category, the faster category, and then we've got the Ginetta Juniors too, and both categories are very hotly contested at the opening round, and we're expecting more of the same at Red Bull National here today, where it is a great circuit for overtaking. We've raced here before in the Ginettas and we've seen absolutely fantastic action on the circuit, and I'm pretty sure all the drivers are raring to go here today. Let's have a little look at the drivers' standings then. So it's Frigazell who took his maiden win at Brands last time out, just ahead of Subrosa. Stalker Brown, new to the championship, claimed third on his debut. Fantastic result for him. Alex Adiel and Chris battled all the way to the line there for 4th and 5th position. You can expect them to feature strongly today, hopefully, although Alex Adiel isn't actually in this one, so he probably won't feature at all. And in the junior, it was Scuderia Sam, just ahead of Stuart Davis, Luke McGee, Peter Sedan and Buck Evans 41, and there's a little bit of carnage on the turn 1 at Brands, which took out pretty much the entire junior Ginetta field, so hopefully we won't have any of that today. We'll have some great racing. And of course it's not just a individual race in this, it's also a team game. So Three McEvs leads the way, joined actually with Subrosa McGee on 14 points, just ahead of Team Spin. Team Knockmates, Crash and Bash, Browntastic, Team Island there with some work to do, and I think Dara actually was missing, Team Ant was missing from the opening round, so there's only Chris scoring for Team Island, and then Dino Joe. So let's have a little look at the starting grid, Stuart.
Yeah, so there we go, we've got Subrosa on pole position in the GT5s. Just pipped Chris by less than a tenth of a second, couldn't get much closer than that. We've got Cherry Berry, Big Bad Wolf and Frigazell, and Dino bringing up the rear there. And in the juniors, we've got Scuderia Sam, D-Man 221 and Stuart Davis. Literally, again, just a couple of tenths between him and BTC Sedan just behind there. And Luke, he wasn't fast enough to get on the screen, but he is there in 5th place.
Some incredibly close qualifying times there. I mean, look at that. Subrosa and Chris Doherty separated by just 0.012 seconds, and also the juniors looking excellently close as well. It's very well poised for round 2 here today, and the revs rise now as the drivers get ready to launch off that starting grid. Waiting for the lights on, it's go here, and it's Subrosa just leading Chris off the line. A great start from Cherryberry to up into 3rd place, and then you can see now all of the juniors battling away. That's Frigazell. He's had a bit of a shocking start actually. He's all the way back down there as they head into turn 1, and Subrosa leading the way ahead of Chris Doherty and Cherryberry, with Big Red Wolf in the yellow car there chasing them all, and then Stuart Davis, I think, looking at it, leading the junior category at the moment in that orange car as Cherryberry goes round turn 2 there, and looking back now at the leader Stuart Davis of the junior category, and Chris Doherty's really on the mission on the opening lap here. He's doing his best to try and get past that blue car of Subrosa. Subrosa of course has won a couple of titles with us already, even though he's quite a newcomer relatively speaking. Chris Doherty is a racer in real life as Subrosa goes defensive, and Chris Doherty is a bit of a veteran, you could say, of this league. He's been around for quite a while now, and he's using his expertise to good work there to try and get past Subrosa. It looks like he's got past Subrosa. Looking at the timing screens there, Chris Doherty's up into the lead now, and that's Stuart Davis. He's still leading the way ahead of Scuderia Sam there in the junior category as they head over the line to complete lap 1. What a great start that was, Stuart. Really sets up the race nicely, this one.
Yeah, it's looking really good there. Stuart Davis hold on to the lead in the junior category. Subrosa, he's dropped from 1st to 4th. Not quite sure what happened to him there, but some of the GT5s did get bogged down at the start with the juniors. That wouldn't have helped him at all. Frigazell and Dino, I think, were the victims there. And Cherryberry's looking at going for Chris. There's no way going through there. That's a bit of a tank slapper there. But I don't know what happened to Subrosa. He's dropped off a bit there. He's going to have to work pretty hard to try and get his way back up to the front again. But here we are. Scuderia Sam, he's in 2nd. He needs to try and keep within car centre Stuart Davis, try and capitalise on any mistakes. But that was a cracking first lap.
Yeah, it's not often you see Subrosa. He normally just sort of pulls away, doesn't he, when he's starting near the front there. He's got such pace. But yeah, Subrosa must have made a little error, I think, towards the end of that opening lap, which dropped him down to 4th place now, behind the leading trio. But he's on a mission now. We know he's got a lot of pace in that car, but he's got race 1 winner Frigazell homing in on him now. And as for Stuart Davis, I mean, he's a fantastic starter. We've seen That's throughout the league. Oh, Big Bad Wolf on two wheels. That's not going to help his momentum very much. But Stuart Davis now is under threat. Look, Scuderia Sam has got past now. So although Stuart Davis is fantastic at starting, he now has to battle his way to try and get that lead back. And he's going around the outside, and they're leaving each other just about enough room, I think. And that's D-Man in the green Junior Ginetta car there, trying to pick off any scraps, waiting to see what happens. And Scuderia Sam down the inside now with Stuart Davis. These two are karting teammates as well, of course, so they know each other very well, and his cone's going absolutely flying already.
There we go, Stuart's got right up behind Sam there. D-Man's having a sniff as well, just to see if there's any scraps to pick off. Go around that sweeping right-hander now. Stuart looks like he's got a run on Sam. Yeah, he's up there, and look at D-Man coming alongside as well. It's going to be 3 wide going into the penultimate corner.
Yes, 3 wide into the very fast left-hander penultimate turn, and just about, I think, Scuderia Sam just gets on the inside, and really good racing from the 3 of them there, not to come together. And yeah, Dan is having a bit of a moment by the looks of it, Stu.
Yeah, I think he's got a bit of a tank slapper riding the curbs there, and that's Loopy McGee in the background now all over him. D-Man's having a look at Stuart as well. Side by side, coming over the line then. I think Loopy's got him. There we go, so that's Loopy McGee now up to 4th in class. And we go into turn 1 there. Look at D-Man there, he's absolutely just got his nose stuck right up the Stuart Davis exhaust pipe there.
I would have to say at this stage of the race, D-Man looks like he's the man with the pace to try and take this race at the moment. There's a lot of rhyming going on there, wasn't it? Pace, race, anyway. Yes,
Cherry Berry's lost the lead to Chris, is he?
Chris was leading, I think, anyway, was he? Or Cherry Berry? Oh, Cherry Berry's leading now. Yeah, Chris is in the pits. Yeah, Chris is in the pits, and it looks like, well, D-Man, yeah, he's got a lot of pace at the moment. We'll have to wait and see if he can get past Stuart Davis and Scuderia Sam. They're not particularly easy people to get past, are they? Especially Stuart Davis. Now that's Cherry Berry now leading the way, and look at Subrosa homing in, and Subrosa will be looking to get past pretty quickly, I'd imagine, Stu.
Yeah, although I think Chris has had a bit of a Wally moment here. He's gone and pitted, but I don't think he had a big enough gap to get out in front of the juniors. I think he's just going to find himself in a whole world of pain at the minute. Yeah, they come down the straight. I think they're going to pass him.
Yeah, could be. We'll have to wait and see how this unfolds. And he gets up to speed now, coming in the pit exit. And as the leaders of the junior class go through now, and yes, you're right, Stuart. Look at that. Chris Doherty there really just misjudged that slightly, and he's out now. He's ahead of most of them actually. He's just on the inside of Scuderia Sam there in the red striped car. Yeah, he was playing with fire there, wasn't he? And he gets off with that one. He'll probably say it was perfectly judged.
Yeah, you can say what he wants. That was too close for comfort. But there we go. In the background there is that Dino and Freakazow there. They go through the shot there. Dino is he's putting the pressure on Freakazow. Of course, yeah, took his maiden run at Brands Hatch, so he's on a bit of a roll at the moment. Here's BTCC down trying to get a place back from Loopy McGee. These two have got no history crashing into each other whatsoever. And that's a little bit naughty from Dan there. He's made the pass, but he did go well off. There's Cherry Berry spun from the lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to help him very much, is it? And now look at this, this is Freakazow coming through. Oh, Cherry Berry tries to close the door, but it's too late because they already had their feet through the door there. Did Dino Christian and Freakazow, and they resume their battle. Cherry Berry now with it all to do. We saw Cherry Berry have a few little adventures at Brands as well, didn't we? And didn't really help his cause there much either. But oh, look at this now! Oh, tangling together.
D-Man's gone as well.
Yes, they're all out, apart from the Scotsman. The Scotsman gets away with it, and he carries on as if nothing happened at all. But now BDCC Dan and D-Man as well, who was looking very good actually. D-Man was looking very competitive here, and it's all the way back down to the last now in the junior categories too. So what on earth happened there?
I don't know, to be honest with you. One of them got, I can't remember which one it was. Someone was on the grass, but it's Freakazow now. He's having a look at Dino Christian into turn 2, and ooh, Cherry Berry giving him a bit of a barge there, so I'm coming through. He's not hanging about.
Yeah, just a little love tap.
Yeah, Freakazow's having none of it. He's all over the back of Cherry Berry. Do you think maybe he'll go for a lunge into the... I don't know what this corner's called, but he's side by side. He may even have it done before he even gets there. Looks like
possibly Cherry Berry's gone very defensive, and he's going around the outside, and you have to say that Freakazow here is not in the best position to overtake, but we know he's riding a crest of momentum and confidence right now. But it's actually Cherry Berry who gets past Dino Christian, I think, on the inside, as the cameraman decides he wants to film the pit straight there with nobody on it. But I think there's a lot of cars in the pit lane.
Big bad rule from Subrosa, so we have to watch to see where Chris is going to be in amongst all this.
This is going to be really close because we saw Chris Doherty just about get away with it. There he is. Look, really wide there actually, Chris. He's pushing, isn't he? He's really pushing the limits there because the drivers have been told they can use that green rumble strip, but they're not allowed to go over it, isn't it, Stu?
Yeah, it's looked like that rule's just sort of been thrown out already, done it really for most of them, but there we go, Chris is through into the lead. Subrosa's headlights are back on, he's flashing at Chris, but Chris is having none of it, he is gone.
Fantastically executed race this is by Chris, but now we've got Subrosa with a clear view to his rival, and we'll have to wait and see if he can close in. And talking of closing in, look at the gap here between these two. Now that D-Man is out of the hunt at the moment, it's down to these two to race each other, and there's a long way to go in this race still. There's another 26 laps, we're only on lap 8 here, and well, looking at it, these two are so evenly matched. There was pretty much 8 seconds between them throughout the whole race in Brands. Due to the Turn 1 incident, they didn't really have an on-track battle, but I think we're seeing it here instead, Stu, because I can't see these two being separated at all towards the end of this race unless they have a crash.
Quite possibly, and speaking of crashes, here's Dan Holloway, BTCC Dan. He's still with D-Man.
We love BTCC Dan.
Yeah, some of the drivers have mixed feelings, I'm sure, especially after Brands Hatch, but there we are. So what's this now? We've got D-Man, and I think it's Cherry Berry, Free Gazelle and Dino Christian coming through as well. So this is the first bit of sort of lapping going on for the GT5s, and good move there by Cherry Berry. So that's in between the juniors there, that's well done there.
Yes,
it's a little bit
really
mad behind us. Free Gazelle didn't make the dive. Oh no, was he? That was a gap that was always going to disappear there for Free Gazelle. He's gone in. Yeah, him and Dino have made it through, but I think that's poor BTCC Dan and poor D-Man as well. I think they've both been wiped out from that. There they are. D-Man's lost a bit of half his car as well.
Yeah, that's not going to help him much in terms of the aerodynamic efficiency of that car, though of course no performance impact and damages on, so it's just cosmetic. But anyway,
I've got to say that gap just really, you've got to be more patient than that when you're getting through this lower traffic. You're much faster.
There we go, look, race control, Free Gazelle 5-second time penalty causing a collision, but yeah, Free Gazelle of course riding that confidence wave, and this isn't one of his strongest tracks, he openly admitted that too, so he's just trying a little bit too hard. And talking of trying hard, Stuart Davis, they're really pushing the boundaries as he tries to stay with Scuderia Sam, and yeah, these two are just absolutely going for it, and I think it's only a matter of time before we see some wheel-to-wheel, door-to-door action between these two. And it is a circuit of course where you can overtake, but they have to watch out for those, you can see them coming in the background there, those GT5 cars coming through, because they're in a battle of their own too, and they can't afford to lose any time either, so it could get really tasty if they come across each other at the wrong part of the circuit. For example, the last two corners are extremely fast.
Oh yeah, definitely, there's not much room in there for side by side going through there regardless of what car you're in, and was it about 8 seconds per lap, give or take, difference between the cars at the moment. There's Cherry Berry, you can see, it wouldn't surprise me actually if he's on them before the next corner. Much quicker there. But,
yeah, it looks like it. He's really accelerating hard now up to the last one corner, and you can see that orange car looming ever closer in the windscreen view there of Cherry Berry's car. And Stuart Davis extremely wide once again, he's pushing hard, and I think Cherry Berry will get away with it now. He'll just be able to breeze past on the straight with his 160 horsepower vehicle compared to 100 horsepower in the Ginetta Juniors, which is actually interestingly less than a Fiesta ST, but they are actually a little bit quicker than that.
Yeah, I was going to say, as Cherry Berry's gone past his teammate as well there, I think Scuderia Sam probably would have been hoping for Cherry Berry to have caught Stuart Davis in a position where he could have maybe done him out a little bit wide, and his Dino going down the inside of the junior second place driver. It looks like he's run a bit wide there. And he has, now Stuart Davis back through again, so Dino's going to have to wait to get it done on another part of the circuit. Again, maybe just a little bit impatient, but there we go, off to the left, straight through there, and here comes Free Gazelle. He's not going to want to let him go there, as through he goes. And chopped Stuart Davis's nose off there, I think. That was a bit close for comfort.
Yeah, a little bit. He's good on the inside. There was never going to be a gap through there, I don't think. He has to try and barge in again, and the Scuderia Sam had to back out of it in case there was going to be an accident. This is going to put Stuart Davis in an excellent position to try and overtake for the lead of the junior class here, and he's right in the slipstream now with Stuart Davis on Scuderia Sam. He switches on his lights, I think, to say he's coming through, and heading down the main straight now. The slipstream is quite powerful at this circuit, of course, and Scuderia Sam has to go defensive, and this could give Stuart Davis a chance, and he's looking for the cut back, And will he have a run on him here? I think Scuderia Sam just about closed him off in time, and Stuart Davis now looks for the outside line to see if he can drive all the way around the outside of him, or maybe we'll look for the cutback here and have a go. Of course, if you do that, you're probably going to have to try and pass through this really twisty bit here, or through the last couple of high-speed corners, and he's going for it here, and Scuderia Sam shuts the door just in time there, and right on board now with Stuart Davis. This is an excellent battle between these two.
Yeah, side by side, not giving each other an inch more than they have to. Here we go into the penultimate corner, side by side. Is Stuart Davis going to try and hang it on around the outside? Then they go side by side. Stuart Davis just about holds it. He's on the green stuff. Sam's going to have to back out of it. He shuts the door and he's through. That's the lead change in the
excellent
juniors.
manoeuvre there. Yeah, fantastic manoeuvre there for Stuart Davis all the way around the outside, and Scuderia Sam, of course, gave him enough room to do that. Some drivers who probably wouldn't have attempted that sort of manoeuvre on, maybe. Although Stuart Davis, he's a racer, he'll just go for any gap that's there, to be honest. And yeah, he made it stick that time. So the battle resumes. They're still separated by hardly anything at all. And of course, that all stemmed from the GT5s coming past, where you kind of disadvantaged them a little bit. But look, Scuderia Sam on the hunt now, and there's some more GT5s coming through. So we'll see how this plays out. And it's not just any GT5s. This is the lead of the GT5. The lead of the GT5 class here, battling away, and the lead of the junior class. And look at this now. I think they've caught them at an okay part of the circuit. The juniors stick to the inside there. Fantastic racing, isn't it? You can see that the drivers are very aware there of what was going on. It was textbook, that was.
Yeah, that's what multi-class racing's all about. Absolutely brilliant. Through they go. That's the lead battle of both classes there, on screen at the same time, not crashing into each other. Brilliant. And thinking of crashes again, there's BTCC Dan.
Yeah, he's probably listening to this and thinking, Steve, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back on the circuit at some point.
I'm sure the last D-man now, he's got past him again. They have dropped rough. It's almost as though they've done a pit stop, isn't it, those two? They're that far back now. But there's Chris, he's managed to gain a bit of time on Subrosa, who's now got the juniors to contend with.
Yeah, but through all the crashes and everything those two have had throughout this race, I think it's no surprise that they're so far back, and Luke McGee is pretty much in a race all by himself at the moment, isn't he, with no one really to play with at the moment. But these two have plenty to play with here, with the GT5s coming through, and they're pretty occupied with each other as well. And Stuart Davis still holds that lead over Scuderia Sam, and it seems to be, as Big Bad Wolf comes through there on the inside, caught them at a very nice part of the circuit there, it seems to be that whichever car ends up behind suddenly has a little bit more pace, maybe due to the slipstream. But Scuderia Sam's looking down the inside there, didn't quite see what was going to happen, but hand back to it now. Stuart Davis very wide once again, and yeah, the battle resumes with Stuart Davis still leading, and his car in the pits. That's Dino Christian.
Yeah, there we are. It puts Freakazel up into the lead. And I'm just looking now, you've got the next sort of GT5 looking further back. You've got Big Bad Wolf, who, what's he got, a 7-second lead over Cherryberry. That would be worth watching, because we know Cherryberry is seriously quick around here, apart from well, when he's facing the right way. So hopefully Big Bad Wolf will be able to hold him off, and he goes down the inside of his teammate there. That'll be, I don't know which one's Crash and which one's Bash, but Team Crash and Bash working well together there. And through he goes.
Deck, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, as I said, Freakazel leading. Oh, Scuderia Sam looks like he's got a bit of a run on Stuart Davis. We'll have to keep an eye on this one. Stuart will be on board with Sam again. That's
Cherryberry coming through.
Cherryberry going through there, that's it. I didn't even know he was there.
Just about saw him in the mirror then, and down the inside, surely won't go for that one. That'd be a little bit risky to do that, and Stuart Davis didn't expect it either, I don't think, and he's run a little bit wide there again, but that was okay. And taking a lower curve on the inside, getting a really good slingshot here. This is an excellent slingshot actually from the red and black machine as he's going down. Stuart Davis just about sees him. They'll probably be on their mics to each other saying, "You back down, no, you back down," but neither of them are going to back down. They leave just about enough space for to race here as they head up into turn 1 now. And Stuart Davis, what's he going to do? Trying to go around the outside? I think he is. Yes, look at that, fantastic racing, and all the way around the outside using that rumble strip. And there's Junior Christian coming through on the in the GT5 car there, the green GT5 car down the inside, and doesn't hold up them too much. Well, has he disadvantaged Stuart a little bit? This has given Scuderia Sam a little sniff on the inside as we cut back now to look at the leaders of the GT5 class, and it's Chris Doherty still leading, but it looks like Stu, that Subrosa has got a lot of pace at this stage of the race as we head in now to the last 10 laps.
Yeah, it's looking like it. It looks like Stuart Davis did just about manage to hold off Scuderia Sam, albeit by a tenth. And there we go, is the overall well, the overall net race leader, let's say, Chris Doherty. He's not a bit wide there. Oh, he's on the grass, he's in the wall. He must give the move Subosa again. Is he up the inside? I think he's done it. Yeah, that's it. Chris Doherty finally cracked. There we go.
Yeah, you don't often see Chris Doherty making an error, but this is the sort of pressure that he was under from Subrosa, who forced that error. And of course, they are pushing absolutely as hard as they possibly can. They've got a lovely lead over the rest at the moment, and they're in a class of their own, absolutely pushing each other to the limit, and it's exactly what you want to see. But now it's roles reversed, so can Chris Doherty now force the error from Subrosa and stay with him? He's all over the back of him here. He needs to try and capitalise on this whilst he can. He gets a great run here onto the straight using all of the curve on the outside, and he's in the slipstream. I don't know if it's going to be quite close enough into turn 1, but this is going to be fantastic to see how this pans out towards the end of the race. Free Gazelle, of course, still needs to make his pit stop. There are pit stop rules in place, aren't there, for this race?
Of course, yeah, the GT5s have to put the juniors down, and Scuderia Sam's past Stuart Davis for the lead of the junior class as well. It's happened off screen, but the names have switched around, so either the timer screen's having a moment or Sam has got that move done.
Yeah,
so there we go.
Battles all over the shops too, and significant battles too.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, Stuart Davis tucked underneath now the back of that car, and Scuderia Sam knows he'll go for the inside if there's any sniff of a move there. Stuart Davis will on the inside there, so he shuts the door very firmly. And round the outside once again, Stuart Davis. This time Scuderia Sam hangs out to dry a little bit more, and just about keeps him there on the outside. Well, Scuderia Sam now keeps the inside line for the next corner, the turn 2 there, the right-hander. And finally Stuart Davis has to back down from that manoeuvre and live to fight another day. And looks like their battle's going to resume now for a little bit longer. Oh, look at that! Stuart Davis on the curb there. We nearly lost the back end. Thankfully he didn't, and should be able to continue okay. He probably only lost a few tenths in the end there.
Yeah, that's
now,
it.
Gazelle, he still hasn't putted, interestingly.
Yeah, just enjoying his moment of glory in the centre. But have you seen the gap between Big Bad Wolf and Cherry Berry? That's down to 5 seconds now. That is one awkward junior car getting in the way from being a good battle there for the final podium spot, or net final podium spot in the GT5s. Oh, look at that, the lonely Scotsman.
That's a really good point, actually. Lonely McGee, yeah. But he had a brief moment on the screen there, and now it's back to the other cars. So yeah, he's probably not going to watch this one back too much.
No, there's Free Gazelle, your race leader in the pits. So this is now a battle for the lead. And there's Chris running a bit wide, and he's going to make a dive in. I do wish he'd just go for a dive in turn 2 and just see what happens, but Subrosa's wise to it. He's covered it off nicely.
Yeah, I think Subrosa might have been expecting a dive at some point, and of course as the laps tick down and the risk-reward factor changes a little bit, I think we can expect a dive at some point if he's going to be close enough. And look at this, interestingly, Free Gazelle there, he's come out in dead last place in the GT5s behind Daniel Christian. So looks like Daniel Christian's had quite a little bit of pace here. Free Gazelle has made a mistake because he's a good few seconds behind now, so we'll have to see whether he can catch back up for a battle for 5th place or not. And back with the leaders now in the junior class. It's Scuderia Sam versus Stuart Davis once again, the never-ending battle between these two. And it looks like we're seeing a replay, doesn't it, every single time?
Yeah, that's it. Sam just closing the door. Stuart Davis trying to go around the outside. He knows there's nowhere to go in turn 2. But BTC Sedan had another moment in the background there, and Chris and Subrosa as well looking quite close, unless that was D-Man and Luke G maybe. I don't know. But,
we know this circuit is fantastic for overtaking because we see it a lot, but if there's somebody who knows what they're doing with defence, is it a circuit that you can also relatively easily defend on?
Oh, definitely, yeah. There's sort of not many sections where you've got one corner flowing into another, so chances are you just need to defend the one corner, the one you're in, and just make sure you get a half decent exit and you should be okay. But Stuart Davis running a little bit wide there, and they've got the GT5 leaders coming up behind them again.
Yes,
so this will be another interesting one.
Into a bit of a lottery, yeah, exactly. Have to wait and see what happens here. The leaders of the two classes once again on screen, all together. Look at this coming into turn 1. This is going to be really interesting here as they arrive at turn 1 all together. Subrosa down the inside. Chris Doherty didn't quite arrive there in time to benefit from that, and I think he gets a little bit disadvantaged. There's a bit of bumper on the circuit from somebody as Subrosa kicks it very kindly out of the way. It looks like it's a bit of Daniel Christian's car maybe, actually. Sabrosa and Chris resume their battle, and so do the juniors.
Yeah, Dino Christian's dropped behind Free Gazelle now, so it's not the end of the world for him. Free Gazelle's obviously got a 5-second time penalty for barging the junior cars out the way. So Dino Christian just sort of hover around just behind him, that would be absolutely fine there. And there's Chris, he's going to have a look. No, he's not close enough to go around the outside.
Yeah, Dino Christian might not know, of course, that he's got that 5-second penalty because the drivers aren't aware of it during the race. However, I think he was there at the time when that happened, that incident happened. The Stuart Davis gets very out of shape, just about holds on to it. So yeah, like you say, he needs to stick close to Free Gazelle if he can now. And this battle is on once again now, coming up to down the start-finish straight, going over the start-finish line now. Stuart Davis trying to look for the inside line, but Scuderia Sam's not giving any hint at all that he'll allow that inside line to open up for Stuart Davis. So Stuart Davis tries to go around the outside once again, takes as much speed as possible into that corner and get a really nice exit, but then of course you've got that right-hander, so it's difficult for Stu there to be in a position to pass unless he just tries something really radical as Big Bad Wolf now and the yellow machine comes through.
Yeah, he needs to get through the sharpish as well.
Eventually.
Cherry Berry's right behind him, he needs to get through these two sharpish. So there's Wolf going through now. There's Cherry Berry. That gap was 5 seconds 3 laps ago.
Yeah, it's really coming down, isn't it? Cherryberry looks like he might catch these cars going into the fast corners here unless he gets them beforehand. Look, he's closing up now and closing, but not quite enough to get through in this bit. Hopefully for his sake and for the sake of the battle that we could have, he gets through quickly. Oh, don't it's getting very close. Oh, on the grass as well then.
Yeah, he's done his teammate a favour there. Stuart Davis was sort of sizing up for a run at Scuderia Sam, and Cherryberry sort of didn't allow him to take the line he wanted. He's still got a good run, but I think he's helped Scuderia Sam out a fair bit there. And there's only about 1.5 laps to go now.
Look how close it is now, those two. It's barely a couple of seconds maybe at that.
Yeah, we're just going to have to keep it neat and tidy to the end now. Cherryberry's not letting him have it easy, is he? And Dino Christian's back ahead of Free Gazelle.
And yeah, actually, that's a good point. And Cherryberry is probably kicking himself for that spin he had earlier in this race. Otherwise, he could be easily on a podium right now. He's got a lot of pace. He just needs to cut out the errors, and we could see Cherryberry making a bit of a championship challenge towards the end of the season if he gets some consistency. But Big Bad Wolf, is absolutely fantastic to see him up in 3rd place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen him on the podium. He used to be a regular, but no, it's nice to see. I think these cars do suit him a little bit better, and Subrosa is now on the final lap.
Yeah, so last chance here for Chris Doherty if he's going to get the lead back from Subrosa. Where's he going to try? He's going to run out of options, I think, pretty soon. He needs to really dive into the last corner or something. And there's Scuderia Sam and Stuart Davis still battling away as ever. I feel like this battle's never going to end.
No, but it's going to have to end in about a lap or so. No, Dino Christian, 5-second time penalty for an illegal overtake on Free Gazelle. So that's evened out between those two. And here comes Subrosa into the penultimate corner. All he's got to do is just keep it neat and tidy and just bring it home.
Yeah, he's got enough of a gap there, isn't it? It doesn't look like a lot, but it's enough as long as, like you say, he doesn't make any mistakes. And Subrosa rounds the last corner. Chris Doherty rounds the last corner, but it's Subrosa who gets the win here after pressurising Chris into an error. And Chris looks pretty happy with second. No good championship points all for him. But Subrosa after losing. Down the inside is Cherryberry and Big Bad Wolf. Oh, that was very close. And who's going to get there? We can't quite see on the top of the screen. I think it's just about there. Big Bad Wolf. Fantastic racing between those two. And look at this now. For the battle of the lead of the juniors, and that's Stuart Davis almost getting Scuderia Sam on the last corner there, and now they head to the line. Who is it going to be? Scuderia Sam just ahead of Stuart Davis. What a great race between those two.
Well, that couldn't have been any closer, really, could it? Brilliant racing all round from those two, and we've got Free Gazelle. Oh, yeah, there we are, and half of D-Man 221 coming home there. Or is that? Oh, that might be BTC Sedan actually.
I don't know. It's so little bodywork left on it, I've got no idea who it is. And there's the Lonely Scotsman.
Yeah, Lonely McG coming through. Another podium in the juniors, so good haul of points for him there.
He had a good little battle back at Brands with McEvs and with Stewart as well for a time, and probably with BTC Sedan as well. But yeah, hopefully his battles are yet to come in this championship as the junior cars drive right next to each other there to say, well done, that was a good race. But anyways, Subrosa after finishing second at round 1 to Free Gazelle, he'll be very happy to take that win. That's a really good haul of points, especially with the likes of Free Gazelle down there in 6th and Alex CDL not with us today, sadly. that's going to really supercharge his championship hopes. So Christology as well, actually.
Yeah, certainly will, you know, and yeah, like you said, closes it up nicely. Chris made a nice jump in the championship, as has Big Bad Wolf. And yeah, the juniors as well, that's well, that's going to be tight all the way through the season, I think.
Yeah, shaping up nicely this championship. It's got 4 points there in the juniors between Scuderi Sound and Stewart, but the pace is absolutely nothing at all between those two, so that could easily swap around. And likewise as well, as we go to different tracks in the GT5 category, we can see various drivers coming into play depending on what their strengths are. So can't wait really to see how all this pans out. And the next track is Alton, which is a real driver circuit, Alton Fosters.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Some of the guys I'm sure would have been practicing for that one. But here's the team standings then. Subosi McGee at the top there, and Team Ireland, they got some work done. They managed to get up to 6th place, but yeah, Free Gazelle carrying the flag for Free McKev's, keeping them in the top 5 there. And Team Spin in 3rd place, although they've only had 3 entries out of the possible 4 from the first 2 races, so not bad for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we hope to see you next time as we continue our battles and adventures here in the MultiClass Ginetta Championship on Xbox. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. From Stu and I, goodbye.